keep on doing what you're doing.
Have a good time, put a smile on your face, yeah. KB Cam and Elation Radio, even brighten your day and help you through the night. Bring you good music, KB Cam and Elation Radio. And here's your host, KB Cam.
Lady Michelle Austin. I know what you've been through. Don't think that it's only you. Only you. Yeah. Pick your head up, get up. It's only right. Take back your life. Pick your head up, get up. Take back your life. And come and talk to me. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Come and talk to me. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Out loud. Speak your peace. Come and talk to me. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Out your mouth. Hey, speak your peace. Come and talk to me. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. I know that you're in pain. You gotta love yourself enough to make the change. Yeah. Speak into your atmosphere, yeah, and take away the power of your fear. Pick your head up, get up. It's only right. Take back your life. Pick your head up, get up. Take back your life and come and talk to me. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Come and talk to me. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Out loud. Speak your peace. Come and talk to me. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Out your mouth. Hey, speak your peace. Come and talk to me. Speak your peace. Speak your peace. Speak your peace.
Hello, Thriver Nation. How's everyone tonight? It's so good. So good to be here again. Yes, you are listening to Speak Your Peace with Lady Michelle. Excuse me, tonight. Allergies acting up a little bit, but we got our water here. We're trying to clear up. I am, of course, your host, Lady Michelle, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you tonight. Welcome to our virtual safe zone. We got a lot in store for you tonight. We have a great, great, great show, and I am excited about our topic because it is something that we really, really, really need to talk about. Let's get started. You know, this platform is centered around education of domestic violence, toxic relationships, different forms of trauma, self-love, finding your voice, you know, and that's just really to name a few things. But, of course, we get into other things as well. We dive into some other topics around the whole person, and so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Please remember that Speak Your Peace with Lady Michelle, designed with each one of you in mind. And when we designed the show, we designed it to enlighten, to educate, to inspire, and to empower each one of you. But, of course, you know, we have to make our disclaimer before we go any further. We have our new subscribers here, our new listeners, new members of the Thriver Nation. So we want to make sure we always put our disclaimer out. All content of this podcast is intended for general information purposes only. excuse me, and is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional mental health or trauma advice or therapy sessions. So always remember that, don't ever disregard or delay seeking professional help based upon any content that you hear here on this podcast. I want you to please promptly consult your physician or call 911 or whoever you might need to call if you believe you have a medical emergency. And always, always, always check your mental health. We talk about a lot of different topics on this show, and it might trigger something. So if you feel like ever that you need to step away from this podcast, you need to come back later, you need to get yourself together, always check your mental health and take care of yourself. So we want to make sure that we let you know that, and we care about you, and we care about your well-being. Okay? So y'all know we've been talking about some different things on this podcast. We've been talking about trauma things, and first of the month we always have a trauma a therapist comes on, and all throughout the month we normally talk about other things that have to do with either domestic violence or finding your voice and self-care things. Just different topics, right? So tonight's topic is really about self-care. It's about taking care of yourself. It's about bringing awareness. It's about some things with this topic can be very traumatic. So I'm excited to have my guest tonight. I've been following her for quite some time now. We know some of the same people. I believe we were in a class together. We were in a winner's circle together a few years ago before the pandemic. And she's just a beautiful person, both inside and out. And she has an amazing story. And so I wanted to bring her on today because September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. And this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart because my mother died of ovarian cancer. And I had never really heard much about it prior to her being diagnosed with it. Because, ladies, when we do go to our GYN appointments, they're mostly checking for cervical cancer. And so when they do your pap smears and things like that, and when you get your good bill of health, you keep it moving, right? You keep it pushing. And so I didn't know too much about this, but upon learning this information and my mother going on to pass on, but here's the thing, die from this. This is not a death sentence. And that is why we want to bring awareness. We want to educate you guys. Remember, I told you in the beginning, this is all about this podcast. It's about educating you and enlightening things and empowering. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have an amazing guest here tonight. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring her on because I could just talk forever. But let's bring Monique on. Monique, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Hi, Monique. How are you?
I'm wonderful, ladies. I'm wonderful.
Awesome. I'm excited to have you here with us tonight because you are a survivor of ovarian cancer and you are an advocate. And so I wanted to bring you on so that you can share with the audience your story. We're going to bring some things together. We're going to talk about some things, and we just going to get on through this, right? So let's start with your story. I want you to share with the Thriver Nation.
So my name is Monique Lewis. I'm a 4-year ovarian cancer survivor. I had, like Lady said, I had no clue that what ovarian cancer was either until I was diagnosed 4 years ago. I actually woke up one morning in severe pain. Did not know what this pain was. But whatever it was, I was going to get me a pain reliever and still go to work. So I called my job. I told them I was on my way and I'm in severe pain. But I'll be there. Took a look. I think I took a naproxen and the pain went away. So I went to work and I'm at work and the pain subsided. It didn't really go away, but it subsided. And so it was enough that I can go to work. So along the day, around I want to say 12 o'clock lunchtime, my coworker said to me, you pale. I was like, pale? What you talking about? I'm fine. Like, the pain, is not as much as it was. It's still there, but it's not that bad. I'm good. She said, no, you're pale. And I said, okay, I'll be all right. So I went back up and I sat at my post. I was working security, actually. And I went back up to my post. I stayed for, I did my whole 8 hours. My supervisors kept coming up to me like, do you want to go home? How you feeling? And I'm not a type of person. I'm not going to whine about things. If it's not really bothering me like that, then I'm not even going to stress about it. I'm not going to worry about it. But lo and behold, at 4 o'clock, my coworker was like, you're going to the hospital because I'm going to make sure you go to the hospital because you just don't look right to me. And I don't like the hospitals. I don't fraternize with the doctors like that. That ain't my thing. I truly believe that, God is a physician. He's all things. He's all knowing. And so she made me go, but I'm glad she did. I went, and they took me right to the back, and the doctors did he asked me what was going on, and I said, I got this pain. It's like subsiding. It was subsiding, but then it started getting severe again. So, the pill was wearing off. And he asked me a couple of things. He was like, have you been able to go to the bathroom? And I'm thinking, like, why are you asking me about this? Okay, well, I'm like, no, not really. I can't. And it's true. I couldn't really use the bathroom. I couldn't really eat. It's a lot of things. I was sick to my stomach. There was a lot going on. So then he said, I'm going to give you a CAT scan. He said, I'm going to give you this contrast. I want you to drink it. He told me, what it was going to do, make me feel like warm in the inside, and that way he'll be able to see what's going on the inside. So lo and behold, he did that. I went back and I sat at the nurse's station because there wasn't no space in there because everyone was sick. Whatever it was, a sickness going on, I don't know. This was before COVID, though, so everybody was sick. And I'm out there, and then he was like, he came out a couple hours later and was like, can you go with me in this room? And I was like, go in the room for what? If you got, whatever, if I'm constipated, that's what I thought, y'all. I thought I was constipated and it was going to go away and I was going to be all right. And he was like, I just need you going. I need to talk to you about something real serious. And I was like, okay. So when he went in the room and shut the door, he said it's a blockage, but it appears to be cancer.
Wow.
I was like, wow, cancer? Like, huh? Me, I'm thinking like, what? No, maybe you did something wrong. You did something wrong. I ain't got no cancer. I don't know what you're talking about. But in that moment is where I can say the fear came in for a moment. But then I remembered who I am in God. And it went right away. And from that moment on, I knew it was an assignment. But I had to go get blood work and do all these different things. I had to go get all these tests done. I had to get doctor's appointments one after the other. Now, this was the 29th of December that I went in. I met with the different doctors, and I met with a oncologist, gynecologist by the name of Dr. Kim, who was amazing. And this was January the 11th. When I went in to meet her, she said, girl, this tumor is humongous. It has taken over your body.
Wow.
She said, your stomach is small. She said, but this thing, it's on your left ovary, but it's taken over all of that. That's why you couldn't go to the bathroom, because it was pressing on my rectum and my bladder, in my intestines, when I had to go to the bathroom, it was pressing on it. So that's why I couldn't go make a BM, excuse the language.
Mm-hmm.
But I had the urine frequently, and that's another sign as well. So, lo and behold, I went in. She was like, listen, so when you want the surgery done, she said, because normally, if it was a normal size, then I could just, they usually take and they do, I forget the name of the surgery, but they poke the holes in so it can drain. But because of the size of the mass, I couldn't get it drained. I had to get cut open. So I had major surgery, had a lot removed out of my appendix. Just all of my reproductive organs are gone. My mentum is gone. I had to get 2 blood transfusions. My surgery was only supposed to be 3.5 hours. It turned out it was 7.5. They had to come back out and ask my mom and them because they thought originally that they was going to save the right ovary, but they could not. And because the left had smashed the right one. So everything was just smashed. And,
wow.
and they just was worried about a lot of things going on and inside. So everything that was removed had to go. And I was a little sad before, but I'm good now. But I went in Tuesday. I went home by Friday. I pushed to myself, and I pushed to myself so that I could be home. And I went home Friday afternoon.
Amazing story. Thank you for sharing that. I know that, first of all, we are happy that you are here. We are happy that you were able to get that surgery and that your coworker, shout out to the coworker that made you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll just try to push ourselves, and it takes others to see that we really need to get some kind of medical attention. So shout out to your coworker. One of the things that you said, you talked about some of the symptoms, and that's something that's really important that people need to know. You talked about how you could not go to the bathroom, you could not move your bowels, and that's a normal thing that we need to be doing. And whenever that is not happening, we need to understand that there's a problem somewhere, and we got to get that fixed. So one of the things, of course, is when you feel full, but you might feel like you have gas or something like that, but you're not able to go to the bathroom. So that was one of the symptoms. But at the time, you didn't know that was a symptom of ovarian cancer.
No, I had no clue.
And the reason why I wanted to bring you on is because, of course, because you're an advocate for this, and we don't talk about this enough. We talk, of course, there's much conversation surrounding breast cancer and things like that, but we really don't get enough exposure to telling women how important it is to not only go and have your GYN exams, but there are certain tests that we need to ask for because they don't check. And I didn't know this. And this was information that I found out because I told you my mom had it. But even with my mom having ovarian cancer, they still won't check me. I have to go in and specifically ask for these particular tests because it's not something that's just an automatic thing.
Right.
And so one of the things that we have to do is we need to know about these symptoms. And so that to ask for things when you feel, bloated, and you feel that's another common symptom of it. You have that buildup in your body, right? That fluid, but we feel bloated. Yeah. You might be thinking, oh, it's that time of the month and I'm just a little bloated. But we got to be really listening to our bodies, ladies. We have to really, your body better than anybody else. And so we got to listen, right? So what's some of the other symptoms that you may have had that you would like to share with the Thriver Nation?
Okay, so I had, I couldn't eat. I would eat, a pinch of food and be super full. I was always exhausted. And my main thing I should have known, but I thought it was just, because I was taking the weight loss tea, and I was thinking that I was dropping weight because of the tea. No. I dropped weight tremendously. I went from wearing a size 18 to an 8.
What? Oh, goodness. That's a lot.
Yeah, I was in a size 8. And it was just like drastically, I'm really still oblivious, not paying nothing, worried about everything else, not even thinking about myself. But it's imperative to take care of yourself, watch the symbols, watch the symptoms, know your body. We have to know. You have to know your body because there's a lot of things. And like she said, like we don't really hear about ovarian cancer. I didn't know what ovarian cancer was. All I knew about was breast cancer and lung cancer and this cancer, but I knew nothing about ovarian cancer. I knew about cervical, but I'm like, ovarian, what? So it's imperative. It's a lot, this different, just, when you see your menstrual weird and it's not like normal, it could be something going on greater than what you think. I'm not going to say anything to make you be fearful, but just get checked and just know that, pap smears do not, absolutely not detect ovarian cancer. What you have to get is a CA-125. That's the test for ovarian cancer. When they test your blood for that, if you feel like you have any of those symptoms that I've already mentioned, then it is imperative that when you go back to your doctor, your OBGYN, and you ask for a CA-125, that's going to test for your cancer. And even if it runs, like you have breast cancer and different things that run in your family, ask for a BRCA test as well so they can test to see, if you have, if it's in your family and so forth and so on. So what you want to do is it's a lot of tests that you really have to get because just pap smears is not going to do it. Pap smears is a test for like all the, venereal disease and different things like that. But other than that, yeah. It's a lot going on within your body that a lot of tests really don't know unless they test your blood.
Absolutely. And I know that there is there can be some back pain. That's another one of the symptoms. I'm not sure if you had any back pain, but that is another symptom.
Yeah.
Pain when you have an intercourse. There can be pain in that. Ladies, we are just really giving you a lot of the different symptoms because things that you just need to be aware of. So it's not trying to scare you. It's not trying to make anyone think, oh, my God, I have ovarian cancer. But it is bringing awareness. It is opening up your mind and saying, hey, these are things that if something like this is going on in your life, in your body, you need to get checked out. You need to talk to your doctor. And don't just let them brush you off. Oftentimes they will just do that. It's irritable bowel syndrome, or you'll be fine. It's a fibroid. But you know your body. Ask for these different tests, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I know that one of the things that I can remember, and I had to get a hysterectomy for something else. So I had other issues. And so before my mom was diagnosed, I had this surgery done. So what happens now, and ladies, we're giving y'all some education here, so I hope you got your pens and paper out and you're writing these things down. But what happens is, because I no longer have a cervix, they will not check. So now they're not doing a pap smear, a cervix. So now they're not checking for cervical cancer. So I have to go in and I have to advocate for myself. I have to make sure that they check out other parts of my body, that they do the blood tests, that they do the ultrasounds. They have to do different things because ovarian cancer is from my mom. I have to make sure that I'm advocating for myself and saying, no, you're going to do these extra steps on me because I want to make sure that I'm, taken care of, that I'm checked out in all levels, because they will just totally brush it off because they have no reason. Again, remember, ladies, I'm telling you that they only are checking your pap smear for venereal diseases, STDs and things like that, and cervical cancer. Well, they look at me and they say, we don't have to check you for cervical cancer anymore, so we don't even have to, deal with that. But no, advocate for yourself, ladies. So I just wanted to really bring that home and stress that. Right, Monique?
Yes, absolutely. It's imperative. I mean, because I've even been with a few of, I call them my womb sisters, and just listening to their stories where, you know, they didn't have the uterus and, you know, didn't have cervical or nothing, but when they went inside, you know, ovarian cancer was there because they still had their ovaries. So, you know, it's like, it hides. You know, and if they don't know what they're looking for, ovarian cancer hides, and that's why they can't detect it in a pap smear. You have to ask for a blood test. I mean, if you got to get on the dot, call them 24/7, 65 days. Listen, something ain't right on the inside. I'm not feeling good. Like, this is different. You know, I had, like, my stomach was so huge. And again, not paying attention where I should have, because I didn't know nothing about ovarian cancer. So I'm not thinking nothing of nothing. I'm just oblivious to what's going on. And my mass was 15 pounds. And the doctor said to me, this is equivalent to you carrying twins. This is huge.
Wow.
Huge. That's only
a lot.
The grace of God that I'm here.
Wow.
That's why I'm an advocate like I am.
So, yes, tell us about some of your advocacy, some of the things that you are doing out here to bring this awareness to the ladies.
Okay. So what I do is constantly, I'm on, like, Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm all over it, just, like, really not promoting, but pushing the issue about ovarian cancer, like, because it's serious. And it's a 5-year survival rate, let them tell it. But, you know, that's what they say. That's what they have right now so far. And that's why there's a lot of research going on. And so with the research, they're supposed to find out different things of how to articulate it, how to bring it forth, what can they do to stop, you know, how they going to cancel it, stop it, whatever. I'm just like, you know, it's imperative, though. Like, people need to know. And what I will say is ovarian cancer has no pics. It was a little girl, 8 years old, with it. So it doesn't discriminate against age.
Yes.
It doesn't at all. It has no discrimination.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say anyone born with ovaries is at risk for developing ovarian cancer. It's just it, you know, and so I'm glad that you brought up that it doesn't have an age. So, you know, someone might think, oh, I'm too young, or, you know, or I'm too old. Some people might say, oh, I don't have my menstrual cycle anymore. I'm an old woman, but it can happen. It can happen to anyone. So, you know, let's be mindful of that, ladies. I wanted to say that people can go to radiologyinfo.org if you want to get more information on different things. They talk about the different screenings, the pelvic imaging, which that would be through the ultrasounds, the different blood tests. They'll talk about all of those different things, some of the signs that we need to look for. I know that there was talcum powder was looked at as one of the causes, and I bring that up because it's interesting, because back then in the day, I didn't know. Of course, we didn't even talk about this. My mom passed away in 1999, and she was a heavy-set woman, and so she always was very mindful of making sure that she was very clean. She was very, her taking her baths and things like that. And so she always used, I don't know if anybody remembers, shower-to-shower powder, talcum powder, shower-to-shower, and it's made by Johnson & Johnson. And I remember seeing this powder on her dresser all the time. She had all the different fragrances and all of that. Well, later on down the year, it came out that was one of the causes. And, putting that into your lady parts area, And so I want to make sure that ladies, they are still talking about talcum powder being a cause. Overweight, I talked about how
Yeah.
my mom was, she was a heavy woman. That those are some of the things that are linked to just higher risk. And we're not bashing anybody. We do not do that on this podcast. We love everyone. But we want to, knowledge is power. And so if you have knowledge, then you can move forward in your life, with knowing things. And you can also go to the American Cancer Society, page. It'll tell you everything. It'll tell you all the things that you need to know about taking hormone therapy after menopause. It'll talk about if you have a family history of breast cancer in your family or colon cancer in your family. Those are the different things that if those things run in your family, if ovarian cancer runs in your family, there is a risk. There is an increased risk. So, Go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a 1 in 7. It's a chance that everyone. Yeah. Yep.
1 in 7. Listen, those are numbers that y'all got to pay attention to. Don't just be concerned with, does people in my family have breast cancer? Oh, we're good. Nobody has breast cancer, or pay attention. And I wanted to bring you on tonight to talk about this because we have got to pay attention to our bodies. I can't stress that enough, especially with all of the things that are changing in the world. People are getting stressed out. There's so many things, our lives have taken a change since the pandemic happened, and just I want attention. And then once you find that something is just not right, now if there's some consistency there's some things being persistent, you need to look into that, right? Don't just blow it off.
That's right.
Don't go on Google and say, oh, I think it's this or I think it's that. Go to the doctors and get yourself checked out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. It will be right there. You'll never know. Yeah. And it's very seldom how they found mine. I was stage 1A, thank God. And they said, we'll call you, if you have to have chemo. I was like praying like, Jesus, Lord, now I'm not going to take that. So I pray, that they had it all and I don't have to get no chemo. And I prayed, and, when the doctor, she said, if you get a call, then you have to get chemo. If you don't, then you're good. But then they called me, and I was like, oh, God. So I was nervous. And she said, no. She said, what's amazing to me is as big as your tumor was, the cancer was encapsulated in the mass inside. None of it leaked out.
Praise God.
And so, yes. So I was just grateful for that. Yeah, but it does definitely take a lot out of you. Yes. Takes a lot.
Absolutely. So one of the things, I'm glad you talked about the stage that you had. You said you had 1A, I think you said?
Stage 1A,
Okay. So there's different stages of cancer. People need to know about those different stages because it really it makes a difference in what you do. It makes a difference in how it's affecting your body. So I have here that stage 1 is where the cancer is confined to the ovaries. Stage 2 is when the cancer is in one or both of the ovaries and has spread to the pelvic region. Stage 3, the cancer is in one or both ovaries and has either spread to the lining of the abdomen or to the lymph nodes in the back of the abdomen. Yeah. And the final stage is stage 4, which is when the cancer has metastasized to distant sites or other organs outside of the abdomen and pelvic region. So we thank God for you being in the stage 1 and being able to, have that taken care of. There are often women who, again, shout out to your your coworker into you being obedient and going to the doctors, because there are many women who wait until by the time they go, it's in stage 3 or stage 4 because they have not paid attention to the symptoms, or the symptoms may not have really shown up. They may have come and went away really quickly, right? Sometimes that can happen as well. I don't want to put the blame on anyone, but sometimes it could be something really quickly that came. By the time you thought about it again, it was gone, right?
No, those symptoms don't go nowhere.
Okay.
They don't go. They don't go nowhere, and you will get worse and worse. Like more and more symptoms will begin to show up, and that was me. I was just oblivious. Like I know, like I had the vomiting in the beginning stages. And I was like, what? I'm just thinking, this is normal sick. I'm probably stressed. I don't know what's going on. And like I said, I'm not a hypochondriac. I'm not going to trip like, oh, it ain't bothering me. I'm not going to bother it. And then, my stomach started, protruding, but so I was putting the waist trainer on, like, I'm just gaining. Let me put this thing on so I can get slim. I don't know what this is. Whatever's here going on, it'll be gone by February. And lo and behold, I never knew it was cancer, and I'm glad I really didn't know then, because I probably would have panicked and had all types of, but yeah, them symptoms, they become worse, like to the point where I could walk, but I was out of breath. I was winded every time. I'm like, I'm so tired. I just walked to what is going on? I was exhausted all the time. Like if you just feeling tired, just out of nowhere, you getting sick. You losing weight. That's the number one thing. If you're dropping weight drastically, and that's not you need to go check that out. You need to go check out what's going on in your body, because we don't lose weight drastically like that unless we got a tummy tuck or something going on. Got some weight. One of them surgeries to lose weight. But yeah, when you're starting to lose weight quickly, it's not by chance that you're losing fast like that. And so I'm just grateful for the pain that I did feel. And the size of the mass was what the doctor said. She said, for this to be this size in stage 1, you are a miracle. Like, this is unheard of. Normally when it's this big, like your stages should be so far where you, and only in stage 1, and everything was encapsulated in A.
Wow. Now, y'all see, that's why I bring the experts on, because, they will give y'all what y'all need to hear. Say, thank you for that, Monique. Thank you for getting us together and making sure that we get that information out correctly. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, ladies, your symptoms are not going to go away. They are going to get take it a little higher each time. So when you get those symptoms, y'all make sure y'all go check it out, right? All right. Because we want to make sure that we stay here, that we are here for our loved ones, we are around, and we are here to love on our people, right? Okay.
Yes. And we have information for the National Cancer Coalition. If you want to know even more information, you can contact them, and they will give you the information you need and tell you all the things and all the other tests and so forth that you need to take. And that if you feel like that's what's going on, you have a lot of therapists and so forth and so on that are on. They will come. They will just, give you people to talk to, and they are really helpful. They really helped me a lot. And we actually have a national chapter, but we also have a Delaware Valley chapter as well. And it's the NOCC, which is National Ovarian Cancer Coalition, and the Delaware Valley, just put Del, that way it's the Delaware Valley, but it's all over. If you're not in Philadelphia, wherever you are, they have a chapter, have a branch for us. So you just contact the NOCC. I can give you the 1-800 number. It's 888 Ovarian.
Got it.
And they will give you
888 Ovarian.
Yes.
Hmm?
And they will give you all the information you need. And they'll give you all the information you need.
Got you. And then also talk about the walk that you're getting ready to do. Now that you brought that up, that's a great segue into your walk. Okay,
awesome. So next month, the month of September is actually Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. And so September the 10th, we actually have a walk, and it's in Chamonix State Park. It's actually an annual walk, but since COVID, this will be the first time we're all back in person. Normally we'd be on Zoom for the different events and stuff. But this year, we're all back in person with one another. And so we're excited about that. So if y'all can even come out there, you can walk, or, if you feel like you want to donate or whatever the case may be, you could just go to, like I said, NOCC, and you could donate to them. They actually have a Facebook page and everything. You can go on the National Cancer Coalition. You can go on their page, and you can donate, and you can come on my page. I actually post it as well and donate that way. And all the proceeds go to those who are in treatment, who can't work and can't get food and housing and different things. And so what the coalition does and what everyone does is the finances that come, and they do not only the research, but they also help the women who can't, fend for themselves because they are actually far in stage and they can't work anymore. So they help them with food and a place to live, and they send, people to the houses to help them out and so forth and so on. So they really do a lot.
That is amazing. That is a great thing. So if we wanted to support you for the donations, we would go on your page and we would, do we sign up and put your name down as the person that we're walking with?
Well, yeah, you can put my name. It's under my name is my name. You just put my name. You can walk with me. Yep.
So, ladies, if you're in the Philadelphia area, the Delaware Valley area, let's go out and really support our sister here, Monique Lewis. But on social media, she is under the name of Purpose Driven Lewis. We're going to make sure you have all of that information before we sign off tonight. But let's support her in her efforts and what she's doing to help others who have gone through this horrific cancer. But again, like we said, this is not, a death sentence. People have made it through, and we just want to help them to go even further. We want to help them, when they need food, when they need research done, when they need medical things done, if they can't get back and forth to their doctor's visits, and this should be able to help them in any way that we can. So I know I'm going to come out that day on the 10th. I'm going to walk with you. We're gonna make sure we have this on our social media pages as well, and really hope that everyone will sign up. And to really, if you can't come out, if you can't walk, if you can't be there that day, then give a donation. This is something that is well needed, and any way that we can. We know there's no prevention of the cancer, but we do know that as long as we can have research and we can have different ways that they can bring information to people and that they can help in any way that they can, that's what we're looking to do, and we're looking to help out in any way that we can. So. Yes. So, again, follow Monique. She has a lot of information on her page. There are others who are on social media as well who have things on their page. Get more involved in learning about your bodies. Get more involved in, that's what social media really is supposed to be about. It's about bringing awareness, bringing information that normally you would not get on a normal basis because, of course, we just, we're not everywhere and we don't know everything, but when others are out here sharing it with us and for us, we're very thankful and grateful for that. I wanted to share, too, some of the stats for ovarian cancer, because I want you guys to know how serious this thing is. And I had a few things that I came across, and one of the things was for African American women, this is the second highest rate of death comes from ovarian cancer, and about 60% of women with ovarian cancer have stage 3 disease once they are diagnosed. So these are things that we want to make sure. And if I'm missing anything, Monique, please share with the Thriver Nation.
You're good. You're on it. You're on it. And it is the fifth leading cause of cancer-related deaths in women. It's the fifth leading cause of cancer-related deaths in women. So that's why I said, and it tells you, it says, 5-year life experience. Expand, but I'm on 4, and I'm just like, I ain't going nowhere till God says time. And so
you on number 4, and guess what? You're gonna be on number 14. You're gonna be on number 24. You're gonna be, I
receive it. Yes. Number
I like
500. Listen.
That's right. I like what you said when it happened, of course, like any human, you were taken aback. You were afraid, but you quickly realized who you were in God. You quickly realized that, okay, this is going to be an assignment. And I love that you said that, because sometimes the enemy can get in our heads and make us, overtake us with that fear. But you knew, okay, God, you're going to deliver me from this. You're going to heal me from this, and then I'm going to help others. And that is the amazing part of it. And I've been watching you over the few years, and that's exactly what you've been doing. You've been bringing awareness. You've been helping others. You've been encouraging others. You've been, empowering. So you keep doing what you're doing, and God is not finished with you. He has a lot more for you to do.
I received that. Wow.
Amen. And so you're an amazing person. And again, that old stinking devil, he always trying to get us. He always trying to come for the people of God. But he loses yet again. So I want you to share, because we're almost at the end here. And I always tell my guests, people get a little nervous and, oh, my goodness, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? But I always tell them that hour goes so quickly. And so we're coming around to the end of this now. So I want to make sure that before we get out of here, do you have any last final words that you want to give to the Thriver Nation to encourage them?
What I will say is, just, if I was going to say, just put your trust in God. If you don't know him, get to know him, because that's where all my faith led. That's where it came from. The only way I could walk this journey, period. I lost my sister in 2015 to a heart infection. My brother was murdered. He was shot 4 times in his face and 1 in his torso. And then 9 months later, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I can just definitely say that this is a faith walk. And when we tell God yes, you really got to understand the yes. It's severe. The oil ain't free. Mm-hmm. So that's how I knew that this is my assignment. Because it was crucial. And my surgery and where I'm cut, the way I'm cut was as if I gave birth cesarean with a big baby. And so that was me birthing purpose into what I needed to do. So that's what I had to do. So I have a book actually coming out soon, Broken Open to Get Free. And so that's what happened. I had to get broken open so that God could free me to do what he called me to do. So it just keep your faith in God, trust him, be obedient. This is a faith walk.
Oh, awesome. listen, and when your book is ready to be released, then we'll bring you back on. You can talk about your book and all of that. You're our family here, and so we certainly want to make sure that we help and support you in every way that we can. So the event for September the 10th is called Together in Teal. And so we know that teal is the color for ovarian cancer. So it is. And, again, you guys could go on to Monique's page, which is, again, Purpose Driven Life. That's all one word. Lewis is her last name. To find her on Facebook now. I don't know what your handles on Instagram and all those things. You can give the
he covers
that information. He covers.
Instagram is She Her We the Queen Project. He covers.
Gotcha. Okay. So, and again, I'll put all of that in the description as well. And so when you go there, it's on September the 10th. It is, you can go to her page and you can sign up, or you can just go over to the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition site and you can sign up. But we want to go as a group for Monique. We want to support Monique and what she's doing. So try to go to her page and sign up that way and let her know that you want to go with her. Now, are there T-shirts with that, or is it when you sign up you get all that stuff, or do we just come and just show up with you?
We have I have the shirt of my own, but if I would have, got a group together, normally I walk by myself. I go always by myself, so it'd just be me. And I was like, okay. But if y'all want to wear, you can wear a shirt if you support it, whatever you want. You can put a shirt. They'll have shirts out there though. I know that for sure. They always have shirts and different things out there, and they have a lot of pamphlets and material, so you can also get material out there as well. And there's doctors and nurses and all kind of people out there as well. So, you'll get all the information you need.
That's it right there. That's amazing right there. So make sure that you guys get more information. This is not anything to joke about. This is a very, very, very serious topic. And it is something that, again, cancer, it doesn't go away. However, in terms of it's still here. When I say it doesn't go away, it's still here. It still exists. But you can do things to protect yourself. You can do things to help. You can do things to, if you, live your life in the right way, meaning go to the doctors, do the right things, eat right, exercise, do all those things that we really can take care of ourselves, ladies. We really can do things, These things do not have to take us out of here. Like back in the day, our ancestors did not go to the doctors. They did not take care of themselves. And we just have to be very honest about that. They didn't do the things that they were supposed to do. But we have the opportunity now. We have options. We have different ways that we can live and to do better because we know better. And so that's why it's important that we bring these topics to you. It's important that we bring wonderful people on like Monique who can come and talk about not only her experience but the way that she helps others and to bring out that information that she gives to others so that she can help them through their process as well. She might need to just be there for someone just for moral support because she's already experienced it and knows how that fear feels, knows how that saying feels when someone tells you that you have cancer, right? So, sometimes just being able to be a listening ear to someone or, that's why you can't hold back things that have happened to you as well. You have to open your mouth. You have to tell. I know back in the day, said, don't tell your business. Don't tell everybody what's going on. But you have to tell. I tell people, y'all know I'm transparent. Y'all know I tell y'all what's going on. Because if I would have kept my mouth shut, I would never have been able to help those who have experienced domestic violence, those who have experienced child abuse, those who have experienced trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, all of those different things, if I would have kept my mouth shut. So it's important that we open our mouths and that we speak our truths, and that it's going to help somebody in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Monique, for coming forward and saying, this is what has happened to me, but it did not overtake me. I am here. I'm fighting this thing, and I am, like you said, you're cancer-free now, and you're moving on into year 5, and you're going to surpass that. We don't listen to the doctors when it comes to that kind of stuff. We listen to our God.
Mm-hmm.
So
mm-hmm.
Thank you for coming tonight. We appreciate you.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for inviting me to share with others what needs to be, what they don't hear everywhere.
Yes. I tell you, I again, like I said, I love your spirit. I love what you're doing, and I support you in any way that I can. So we are going to get ready to get out of here. I have a few things. I tell you, my allergies have been acting up. They're trying to get a little better now. I think I'm sounding a little better than I was earlier in the beginning of the podcast. But this weather, it has been really trying to do something to me. But again, we want to give that number one more time, 1-888 Ovarian. If you need to get any information, please call. And I'm going to go ahead and get my final thoughts as we get out of here. Of course, we always talk about being kind to one another. But I go a step forward, and I say be kind to yourself. Don't ever forget that you are no longer a victim. You are more than a survivor. You are a thriver. You are thriving past those things. You already survived them, and now you are thriving past them. Of course, y'all know. Now, next, we're coming up on the Labor Day holiday. But y'all know we're going to have some great guests coming up. I got some good stuff for y'all because we always have great guests here. We always have outstanding guests because we get the best of the best here on Speak Your Peace with Lady Michelle. Y'all know how we do it around here. And I want to thank, again, my guest. I want to thank her so much for taking the time out to be here with us, to share her story, to share her courage, and just really help others to get through this time when they go through something as horrible as ovarian cancer, but to know that they are a thriver, that they can make it. And she helps others as they're on their journey to healing. And so we appreciate her. Again, thank you, Monique. We love you here at Speak Your Peace with Lady Michelle.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. I love you.
Yes, and if you need to know anything, you can feel free to inbox me on Facebook or, however, inbox me. And if, you need to talk, then I'll give you my number through the inbox and we can talk a little more.
Absolutely. Again, her Facebook is Purpose Driven, all one word. Lewis is her last name. Did I say that right?
Purpose Driven Life Lewis.
Purpose Driven Life Lewis. Okay. Purpose Driven Life is one word. Okay. So thank you for that. And be sure to make sure that you follow us. Of course, we are on all of the platforms. We're on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, podcasts, all of that. And we're under Elation, the Elation Radio. So we're part of the Elation family, and we always thank our producer, Kimmy Kelm. We love her so much as well. We thank her. And also follow us on YouTube, Speak Your Peace with Lady Michelle. And we're going to get out of here now. But before we go, I want to remind all of our thrivers, when you love yourself, you are healed. And when you are healed, you are loved. Good night, everybody. I love you all, and I'll see you all next week.
Pick your head up, get up. It's only right. Take back your life. Pick your head up, get up. Take back your life.